Okay, so we heard of addition,
Yes.
and now we're gonna see this subtraction,
No way.
or as high schoolers call it, once again,
Yes.
and I'm gonna use text for this one, negative. And
Alright, I'll have to keep that in mind, yeah.
and as junior kindergarten to 8th grade calls it, a minus, or if you're really smart, a subtraction symbol. That's not how you spell symbol, but
Symbol.
symbol. And so let's go back to the circles again. Okay, so oh, that is really thin.
My extraction is the farthest one away. God damn it.
And as you can see here, 1 minus 1. Think of two circles,
Yeah.
and they're trying to shoot each other.
Oh, yeah. They're murdering each other.
And what happens is, if they're both pointing a gun at each other, Glock 18 by the way, and if they're both pointing at each other, what happens is, if they pull it at the same millisecond, which you will learn that in high school, they will do something as us gamers call a trade-off kill. Or as...
They cancel each other out.
that's... You know what? It kills. Okay. And what happens is, they cancel each other out, they shoot each other, and, well, you can piece together the rest of the story. They just...
They now fight until the last one's living.
And then, as nerds do it, the answer would be 0. Now, fun fact about 0, 0 cannot be negative nor positive.
It is nothing.
It is neutral. Let's move on to multiplication. Multiplication is considered in high school, or elementary, or any type of form of school, as an X. Now, please do not confuse it for an X, the letter X. Please consider it as a multiplication symbol, or as people like to call it, multiply, or as smart people like to call it, multiplication symbol.
1, 2, 8, 8, 1. Okay, sorry.
Symbol. That's not how you spell multiplication. But, you get the point. Now, what we do here is, if I had something along the lines of 1 times 1, you see where we have an issue here. We have two circles. They're trying to multiply. Now, the thing about 1 is it's not possible to get a number bigger than the number you're multiplying by. So anything times 1 equals the number that is multiplied by 1. So 1 times 2, 2. 1 times 3, 3. But in the case of a different number, for example, 2 times 2, which can get a different number, think of two circles, and they're going through a time machine, and a mishap happens, and they multiply each other. This will indicate that the answer would be 4, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 circles. And since there's not a subtraction sign or a negative sign there, they're not trying to kill each other. So the answer...
Oh, that's good.
would be... Don't worry, teacher's fine. Is 4. Now, let's move on to the final little elementary school thing you're taught. Division. Now, division can be a bit picky, especially when you have two numbers that are uneven. Let's start off with numbers that are even. Oh yeah, I forgot, this is called oh, oops.
Oh, bye-bye.
Oops. Oops.
This is just the flawless.
It stinks.
It has nothing wrong, right? Nothing at all. There's no flaws.
No flaws.
None to be seen.
Now this would be called divide, or as cool kids call it, division symbol. And we see here, it's not placed 1 times 1, but rather it's placed like this. Now what happens here is, well, 1 divided by 1 is you know, the answer.
Yes, that makes yeah.
Oh gosh, I'm losing my mind right now. So the answer here would be 1, I think.
Probably.
I think I forgot. Hold on. I can't pull up. Hold on. I gotta pull up a calculator. I gotta see. I never learned division.
1 divided by 1. 1 divided. It's just splitting it into one group. It wouldn't just be the same thing.
So if we have one circle and another circle, divide
Those are a
them
lot of
by
circles.
each other. They're pretty big, but you know, they try to divide by each other. And for example, time machine mishap ends up combining them into one circle. Screw these two; they're useless. I mean, they're just tool. I mean, they're fine. And we're left with one circle here. Okay. Now we can move on to fun stuff. By fun stuff, I mean very extremely boring stuff. Now
That's great.
we can move on to something called quadratic functions. I'm joking. I'm not gonna teach you that.
I would not like intake any of that. That would bounce off my skull. Never even heard of that witch magic. God, what are you?
Quadratic functions.
僕ら今ささ出会って炎上するためだって平気を愛そう流し言葉の愛憎